Hello, and welcome to Chapter 11 by Rossi, Measuring Efficiency. First, an overview. So, while the success of the programs is critical to evaluation, because that's really what we're evaluating, it's also often useful to know the cost of program outcomes and whether the benefits achieved justify those costs, especially in a world where costs are always important and financing is always limited. So efficiency assessments, and there's two of them, cost benefit and cost effectiveness, provide a frame of reference for relating costs to program results. It is essential for evaluators to understand the basic premise of efficiency assessments because cost, or the effort required to achieve the desired change of the program, is present in all evaluations and is also important in all evaluations. So these types of evaluations, efficiency evaluations, should be viewed as a supplement to impact evaluations. So how's the program doing? Is it being successful? And what are the costs of the program? So efficiency evaluations are used to determine the effectiveness of the program by converting its impact, what the program does, into monetary value or other measurable units. These evaluations are conducted in order to assist policymakers and politicians in deciding which programs to retain or expand and which to cut because funds are a finite resource. And if a program costs a lot more than the benefit it provides, it's not a very efficient program. These evaluations also provide evidence showing to which degree the program's benefits, which are the positive outcomes, exceed the costs, which are the inputs required to produce the intervention of the program. So there's two kinds of efficiency analysis. The ex-ante efficiency analysis are done during the planning or the design phase of the program, so before the program is implemented. Ex-ante efficiency analysis are most important for programs that will be very costly to implement and difficult to abandon. For example, building more jetties to increase ocean beach recreation facilities in New Jersey. It's a costly venture, and once the jetties are built, they're pretty difficult to remove, so it would be good to do an efficiency analysis before the project goes into place. The second type are ex post efficiency analysis. They're conducted retrospectively or after the program has been in place for a time. They occur most often in social programs after the impact of the program is actually known. And they assess whether the cost of the intervention can be justified by the magnitude of the program's impact. A nice thing about ex post efficiency analysis is they allow for various programs to be compared. For example, when we're talking about raising reading achievement test scores, you can compare having peer tutoring as a program and having a computerized intervention as a program and decide which one is more efficient. In thinking about education, I feel like the ex post efficiency analysis for comparisons is probably most useful. So there's two approaches to measuring efficiency. There's a cost-benefit analysis, where the outcomes of the program are expressed in monetary terms. For example, a cost-benefit analysis to reduce cigarette smoking would focus on the difference between money spent on the program and the money saved from reduced medical care and less work loss and other benefits of lower smoking-related diseases. Cost effectiveness analysis is where the outcomes of the program are expressed in substantive terms. This approach is best when comparing several programs aimed at achieving the same goal. If we're talking about that same program to reduce cigarette smoking, it would focus on the money spent to convert each smoker into a non-smoker. Cost-benefit analysis requires estimates of the cost of the program, both direct and indirect. It also requires estimates of the cost of the program, long and short term, intentional and secondary. Both the cost and the benefits are then converted into monetary units. And then the cost-benefit analysis attempts to value both inputs and outputs at marginal social value. If you look at pages 352 through 355 of Chapter 11, it discusses different ways to monetize outcomes because that's a very difficult and often contentious point of cost-benefit analysis. It is often controversial to assign monetary values to social services, for example, drug treatments or fertility or family planning initiatives, which is where this type of analysis sometimes faces friction and political resistance. Cost effectiveness analysis, however, is viewed as a less controversial, especially for evaluating social programs. It requires monetizing only of the cost of the program, which is a lot easier for people. So personnel, funds, curriculum, space. The benefits of the program are expressed in outcome units. And efficiency is analyzed and expressed in terms of the cost of achieving a given result. An ex-ante cost-effectiveness analysis allows potential programs to be compared and rated according to the magnitudes of their expected impacts. So how much money will we spend to achieve this impact through program A versus program B versus program C? And doing an ex-ante, so before the programs are put in place, cost-effectiveness analysis allows policymakers and politicians to make a more informed decision about which program to pursue. An ex post, so after the fact, cost effectiveness analysis uses actual cost to replace estimates and therefore is more accurate. So, how to conduct a cost benefit analysis? Step 1 is to assemble cost data. How much this stuff cost? This can often be laborious and time consuming because you have to go through spreadsheets and budgets that are often confusing. And so this could take a long time on the part of the evaluator. So the second is to select an accounting perspective. And there's 3 different perspectives: an individual participants, a program sponsors, and a common social unit. I want to say that while each of those perspectives is separate, a cost-benefit analysis can be conducted from various perspectives and then compared for accuracy. So an individual participant's accounting perspective is coming from the persons receiving the services of the program. A program sponsor, which can be a private agency or foundation, and that perspective is meant to show the cost of the program for the sponsor and the benefits that the sponsor receives from sponsoring the program. The community social unit is society as a whole, and it includes secondary effects or effects that are directly involved with interventions. For example, secondary effects of a job training program can be the positive encounters with friends and family. Community social units also include opportunity costs. An opportunity cost is the cost of the community investing in that particular program and therefore foregoing investing in another program. The third step is to measure the costs and the benefits. And the fourth step is to compare the costs and the benefits to achieve the net benefit. The net benefit is total discounted benefits minus total discounted costs. How to conduct a cost effectiveness analysis is very similar to the cost benefit, so the 4 steps we just reviewed in the previous slide still stand. Cost effectiveness analysis can be viewed as an extension of the cost benefit analysis, and the effectiveness of the program in reaching its goal is related to the monetary value of the cost. Programs with similar goals can be evaluated through cost effectiveness, and their costs can be compared. This is a good approach to evaluating programs without having to monetize the intended outcomes. And like I said before, it's a nice way to address social programs where there's a lot of contention about how to monetize the intervention coming from a particular program. And that's it. Thank you guys very much. I will post this video and my question.